Hey everybody, so I wanted to do a 2024 State of the Collection End of the Year video, just to go through my main watch collection, a total of 10 main pieces. I've got some other watches, but these are the ones that I pretty much circulate the most often. So I'll start from the top left. So this is my Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. Got this back in 2020. An awesome watch, hand wind, based on an ETA movement. Nice 38 millimeter on this like green NATO canvas strap. Just an awesome all around like kind of everyday watch, and definitely a staple in the collection. This next piece is a cool vintage piece. I got into vintage about 3 years ago, and I've been kind of slowly building up my vintage collection. This is a vintage piece actually that's really special to me. This one was given, or I received this from my grandfather. When he passed away, I found this actually in his office drawer. And it's a Benedict alarm, vintage mechanical alarm watch. Benedict is a Swiss brand, but it was started off by a watchmaker who really started his own watchmaking back in Russia and then moved to Switzerland. But it's such a cool alarm function. It's based on the same movement as the JLC member box, and it's basically this one's called the Benedict Parkophon. And it was from the 1960s, and it's basically was created to help people keep track of how long their parking meter was going, so that they wouldn't miss re-putting money back in the parking meter. So really cool gold-plated vintage watch. Runs about 34 and a half millimeters. And I put it on this like nice brown suede strap from Veblenist, which I get a lot of their straps. This next piece is my Grand Seiko SBG W231. I got this while I was in Japan on a trip with my brother. We were there to mainly do a snowboarding trip up in Hokkaido, Japan. And while we're in Tokyo, I was like, I gotta get a Grand Seiko. So my first Grand Seiko, and just love the simplicity of this dress piece. It's got a hand wind NS or 9S movement. So really beautiful piece. Zaratsu polishing is just incredible, and just a really beautiful kind of cream dial on this piece. And I put it on a brown alligator strap. It came with a black alligator strap, so kind of rotate between those two. Just an awesome all-around dress watch. This next piece is another vintage piece that I just recently picked up this year, back in March, and I've been searching for a Universal Genève Polarizer for quite some time. I really wanted one with the tuxedo dial, the black dial, and the big crown, and I searched for about a year and a half until I found this one. And this is a reference 204612-2. It's the Big Crown UG Polarizer with, of course, the lyre lugs. I got this through a reputable watch dealer in Germany who acquired it from the original owner back in Sicily, Italy. So pretty good condition, all original, and it's got the trapezoid date window, tritium dial, of course, and it's on this nice like pigskin black strap. And these things are just really getting harder and harder to find in good condition. And this one is one of my most prized vintage pieces, next to, of course, my grandfather's watch. So I really love this one. This next one is another vintage piece. I picked this up this year as well, and it's a Seiko Silver Wave. The Seiko Silver Wave, was one of the first water resistant Seikos back in the 60s. And I just love this line and design. I think it's such an underrated vintage piece. It's got the 4 o'clock screw down crown. Still great everyday watch. I got this to commemorate the Japan trip with my brother. So he's got one, exactly the same one. And it's a JDM model, this specific one with the carbon silver dial. They also have a blue one that's harder to find as well. And so I just love this piece. Came with the original Seiko Actis bracelet. It's around 38 millimeters, so it's great everyday piece. And I just think that it just brings so much bang for the buck. It's got still water resistant, screw down crown, date day. Just a really awesome all around piece. The next one is my Oakley Hole Shot chronograph. This is obviously Oakley stopped making watches several years ago. So I picked one of these up. My brother and I are pretty Oakley fanboys. He used to work at Oakley. I just love this piece. It's like a black DLC on there, and it's just an awesome everyday piece, robust, water resistant. Kind of stealthy. I threw it on this Barton canvas NATO, and I just think it's just an awesome underrated piece. And of course, harder to find now that Oakley watches are getting discontinued. It's a quartz movement, so you can take a beating and just keep going. This next one is just my G-Shock DW 6900. This is like the military blacked out edition. This watch has been with me for close to about 10 years. Actually longer than that. I think closer to like 12 years. And I've only had to replace the battery, I think, once. This thing has been on every ski, Japan, camping, hiking trip I've ever been on, and I go out of the country and snowboard at different locations out of the States and out of the country every year. So this thing has been with me through a lot of sports and just been so reliable and such an awesome G-Shock. So, pick yourself up a 6900. You won't regret it. These things are just made to just take a beating and will be a faithful piece to you. This next one is my most expensive watch in my collection, and my main luxury piece next to my Grand Seiko. I picked this up this year on the day my first son was born, and so I'm really proud of this piece. This is a piece that I bought in plan to pass down to him when he gets older. But it's my Omega Speedmaster Hesalite edition. 3861 movement. This thing is just beautiful, awesome chronograph. Definitely something that everyone should at least taste or at least try in their collection at some point. So I wear this one. I've been wearing this one a lot lately, of course. And I'm going to give this down to my son when he gets older. This next one is my diver of the collection. It's the Seiko SPB 143. I've also had this for about 5 years, and this has been with me through a lot of trips as well. I had this on my honeymoon. I took this in the water several times out of the country, and just been traveling a lot with this watch over the last 5 years. Went to Portugal, Greece, a few other places, and an awesome watch, all around watch. This is on an Artem sailcloth strap, and not the accuracy for mine wasn't bad, so it's been pretty good. But you can get these things regulated as well. But just a great piece, a Seiko 62 mass design, just really an awesome all-around diver. And then last but not least is my Hamilton Khaki Aviation. This was, believe it or not, my first mechanical watch I ever bought. God, probably around 8 years ago now. And it's just an awesome, like, pilot style design. It's 42 millimeters, so a little bit bigger. It's got the pilot aesthetics, and it's got a really nice ETA 2024, a reliable movement, being at 28,800 vibrations per hour. So it's got a really cool sweep. And I threw it on this Barton, I believe it's a horse leather band. Just love this piece. When I got this piece 8 years ago, I bought one for my dad and my brother, and I gave it to him for Christmas. So we all got the same Hamilton, and we all still have them. And this thing has also been super reliable and just an awesome kind of everyday pilot style watch. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all I had. And then on my wrist is my Casio World Timer. I kind of modded it out with a few colors on there, but an awesome kind of cool Casio if you're looking for something like a cheap Casio that's really cool and has world time and every function that you might need.